Hiya, and welcome back to Roads Yet Traveled, the game that teaches us that we love to say the best day for last. The best for last. Our baby boy Rune. Anyways, let's just hop right in. I don't know what that means. I think we all do. One that can only come at the end of all. Day 12. I know. At the end of all. What a worthless dream. This much anxiety, you'd think I'd been chased down a dark corridor. Again. Oh wait, we can just skip all that. Doesn't take long for Rune to stir as he slowly rolls over and checks his monitor. Blinding himself in the process. Oh shit, does he also use light mode? Still too early. I can wait another 5. Hiya. Other than 2 applications, I use light mode. The 2 applications being Adobe Premiere Pro and Streamlabs. He rolls back over, loosely covering himself with the blanket. Watching the shameful display from my bed, it's hard not to laugh. I do hope he remembers that I need some kind of orientation today. Well, actually, out of all my guardians, I think I know what to do already. But still, I'm going to need its help. And I have just the way to remind him. Pulling out my monitor, I send him a short message. Good morning, Rune. It's time to get up. I soon hear a grunt and a small green glow coming from behind the lump formerly known as Rune. The light fades, and when he doesn't turn around, I start wondering if he hadn't gotten my message. Until I look down at my phone and see he's responded with the simple, no. What a lazy dog. We're out of time, though, so I head over and give him a small nudge. Come on, bud. You gotta show me the ropes today, remember? He grumbles out a very shallow, we don't use ropes, Tucker. What is he? Ah, right. Flicking on the lights, I sit next to him on the bed, waiting for him to rouse. Fortunately, it doesn't take him long to capitulate to the morning sun. Or more colloquially, the ceiling lights. I'm up! I'm up! I start to doubt him as he takes another deep yawn and lists to one side with a groggy smile. What were you saying earlier, though? I didn't quite catch it. He has a hard time keeping his head up as he almost nods off while talking to me. I had no idea Karen could hibernate, but I'm starting to believe Rune does. I told you last night, remember, bud? I'm your new assistant, I think. You might have to show me around, or at least let me sit in your office. Oh, I do think I remember some of that. Yeah. He stares off for a moment. I imagine he's having a bit of a rough start. Right. I think I had a message from the captain about what I should do with you. That didn't come out right, but you know what I mean. I mean, I showed you how to fix fuses. I guess you could do that. I think this is more a one-day thing, bud. But, yeah, I could probably manage that. I might get lost a few times in the tunnels, though. Oh. Right. Well, we can figure it out when we get there. Technically, work doesn't start for another mark or so. There's no rush. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to try and get up. I make way as he manages to stand up and limp his way into the bathroom. Now that the lights are on, I'm reminded of that weird humming I heard last night and go to check the door. Looking down, I notice a clean white box with some Korean written on it. I wonder if Rune got mail. Maybe he ordered something, or wait, I wonder if this is for me. The captain did say that she'd get me a uniform today. I should probably wait for Rune before tearing it open, just in case. I do hope it's new clothes, though. I'd love to feel like I fit in. Maybe there'll even be some clean shirts. I really need clean shirts. The air dryer roars to life, and not but a few minutes later, rather well-washed Karen steps out of the bathroom. Hey, sorry about being so What's that? I don't know, you tell me. I found it in front of our door. He comes closer and props the box up on his bed. I don't know what this is, bud. It just says that it's for you. Oh, well, that's great. It is? Yeah, I think it's my new uniform. Open it up. His confused look doesn't fade, but he does take a long, slender claw and drags it down the taped edges of the box. Damn. I still forget how scary those things can be at times. You didn't have to futz around with some house keys or a pair of scissors to get it open. Oh, it seems like you were right. Let's see what you got in here. He starts doling out parcels as if it were Christmas morning. Some new shirts and some work pants. And oh! Some under... He blushes a bit and turns away as he hands the package to me. Thanks, bud. They look a bit small, though. Are you sure this stuff is gonna fit? What, do you want me to try them on now? I'm like half your size, Rune. I need smaller clothes. I guess you're right. I'm glad you managed to get these finally. Maybe you should wear some of them today? I think I will. Let me just check everything I got. At this point, y'all don't need to go to horny jail. Y'all need Jesus. Case in point. You don't need to go to horny jail. You need Jesus. In the beginning, there was nothing. And then God said, "Let there be light." And so the light appeared and it was good. Oh, Jesus. Honestly, same. With this hope, we lay everything out and take a tally. It seems like a total of 10 plain gray shirts, 5 pairs of gray pants, and with sewn shut tail holes. At least I thought ahead. There are also 10 pairs of socks, and finally 10 pairs of underwear with fresh tail seams. Well, this might have been the best thing I could have possibly received this morning. I can't help but feel a bit...
I need therapy, not Jesus. Theta, thank you very much.
Same. Just same. Disappointed. I really shouldn't complain. It's not like they could take me to a space gap and have me just pick out what I wanted. Just like, at least one colorful shirt wouldn't have hurt, would it? Even the underwear is gray. Only slightly deterred, I collect some of my new wares and head into the bathroom to change. The materials feel nice, and they got the sizes pretty good. The shirts are a bit big, but that's fine. Or cats, or we could get you to a church, and you could pray to God. After putting the rest of them away, I throw my jacket on and Rune looks up with a smile. You look good, bud. They look good. The clothes. That's why I have to be sure to wear flame-proof clothes whenever that's why I have to be careful whenever I enter a church. I think one of the last times I was in a church, I was so... Okay, quick story time. This was a while ago, I think like a year ago or so, like almost a year ago. Me, Star, and Sam, we all went to church. We all went to a church. I was so scared. The first time that I went to a church with Star, I was so scared. I genuinely thought the nanosecond I stepped foot into that building, I was going to burst into flames. Flameproof clothes ain't gonna help if you're already literally gonna burn. Right? They look good, the clothes. The clothes look good on you. I mean, thanks. So, are you okay? What do you mean? Oh, congrats. Yeah, we all love Rune. What do you mean? You just, you don't look too happy about it. Oh, I guess I was hoping for more, I don't know. Maybe something a bit more colorful? Colorful? Not if it's from Soknos. I brought most of my own clothes. Minus the jacket. Funny thing about that, it's already been done. It's a good jacket. It is. We both stare at each other, hoping the other one will come up with something to say. Well, I'm glad you have some new clothes. Do you want to head over to my office now? I could explain some things on the way. Yeah, let's get out of here. He nods and heads to the door, ready to leave, before I notice something amongst the scraps. Oh, wait, Rune, what's this? Huh? Reaching down, I pull out an envelope that must have gotten buried under all of the packages. It bears no words or symbols except for a faint stamp of the logo I've seen so many times now. You know what? I'm just gonna ask it, do we want to do the entire Roads Yet Traveled update tonight? Like, the rest of it. Do we want to do the rest of the update? Where it'll be like 2 hours. 2 hours of just Rune. 2 hours of Rune. You know what? We will decide at the 1 hour mark. It bears no words or symbols except for a faint stamp of the logo I've seen so many times now. Holding it up to the light, it looks like there's something inside, more than just a letter anyway. I look at Rune, who just shrugs as I tear it open. It feels like a plastic card, but it looks like someone broke off part of a circuit board and sprinkled the worst looking carrion I've ever seen on it. Some of these symbols look nothing like anything I've seen before. Flipping it over a few times, I notice Rune seems to be staring at it with some reverence. I'm guessing you know what this is, bud? Yeah, wow, that's a terminal key. It's used to open doors, like an ID, but anyone can use it. I guess since you're only just in the system, maybe it was easier to give you that instead of having you fill out all the paperwork to get a real ID. But that should be able to open almost any door on the station. I've never seen one like that before. Is it special? How can you tell? Well, here, look. He reaches into his jacket and pulls out his key ring, which it's assortment of keys and cards and what I think are just charms, before holding up his own symbol-laden card. This one is given out to all the maintenance crew. Since we need access to so many various parts of the station to fix things, it's easier to just give us access to everything. And then this one, he pulls out another similar card.
Happy New Year, party face, everyone.
Hiya.
I wish you all a happy 2024. I'm looking forward to see what hold with Ada, all the VN you will read and new updates. Happy New Year, party face.
Is for all executive crew members, but that one's different. That's a really impressive gift, Tucker. Make sure you don't lose it. Oh, well, can I try it on the door? Oh, yeah, sure. Heading into the hallway, Rune closes the door behind me, and I hold the card up to the scanner. With a faint buzz, the door shoots back open, and Rune stands in stunned silence before smiling with the biggest grin on his face. This is great, bud. Now you can go anywhere you want. On the station, of course. But still, if anyone asks you anything, you should just show them that card. They should understand what it means. Wow. I had no idea the captain would give me something like this. I know she said I'd have more access to the station, but this almost feels like too much. Well, I'm happy for you, Tucker. I hope this helps. I know that, it's been an issue. No, it's fine. It's good now, yeah? Thanks, Rune. But, let's head out now. Let's really head out now. Yeah, I don't want you to be late again. He follows me out as I slip my new key into my bag and look down the hallway. I had noticed, but there were a few carrying out today, more than I had expected already. Hey, Rune? Did you get any messages from the captain about me recently? I think she said she was going to send something to the crew. Oh, I did get that when you were changing. Why? Well, I was just curious what it might have said. It was a bit weird to read, knowing you already. But it seems like she wanted to introduce the crew to you as the new hire, but also as some kind of important personnel. That's not to say you're not important. What I'm trying to say is that these kinds of messages mainly go out when someone gets a big promotion or there's a huge change on the station. Fucking eyes. It was just weird to me because, well, we live together. I know, we already got a release date too. I don't think I'm explaining this right. Okay, I think I understand. Was it just what you know about me, or was there more to it? It explained your position on the ship and your importance to the medical staff, as well as some notes about approaching you and communicating with you. Oh, geez, I guess I would explain this. Explain what? I gesture the hallway around us, which is almost now brimming with carrion. I guess they finally lifted the restrictions on what level of crew could return to work. Rune, on the other hand, does not seem to enjoy the sudden new company. He quickly stiffens up once he realizes he's being watched and his eyes dart back and forth looking for a way out.
I heard I can understand this. Isn't that crazy? Oh, by the eye, it's looking this way.
Do they really need to give it better clearance than me? I know I'm not that important, but like...
How does it stay balanced without a teal? Maybe I can ask Dr. Sano for some time alone with it.
Noticing Rune's worsening condition, I try to hurry him along as he searches for the nearest access tunnel. Quickly coming to a closet, he bolts inside, leaving me one last chance to stare at the approaching crowd. Must be the most carrion I've ever seen in one place ever. I had no idea they came in so many different breeds. But now isn't time for introductions. I offer a timid wave, which I think scares them more than anything, and I slip into the closet myself. Here's some timid whispers from outside, but I can't parse any of them. Turning around, I see Rune has already descended into a vent of some kind, so I sigh and simply follow. Damn, that crowd really must have gotten to him. He hasn't said anything for almost 10 minutes now. And I've been counting. Putting my phone away, I catch up to him and gently pull on his jacket in the dark corner. He doesn't jump away like I expected him to, which is an improvement, but he does look at me with empty eyes. Oh, fuck, he's having a panic attack. They quickly come to focus, but I can tell he's been stuck in a loop in his head for a bit. Sorry, I'm better now. Oh, don't worry about it. Also, hiya. And, I liked Liar. I liked Liar. It's a fun, it was amazing, and I cannot wait for Driz to come out. For the first build of Driz, I cannot wait for it. We're going to be playing it. Sorry, I'm better now. I just pat him on the back and we keep walking. After a corridor or two, he pipes up again. You know, I messaged my crew that you'd be joining us again soon, and overall they seemed excited. Wait, really? Well, some of them asked to maybe not be assigned with you, but overall it was mostly positive. Well, I guess that makes sense. If I were in their shoes, I'm not so sure I'd want to hang around the alien either. I totally would. Whoever said that is missing out. What did Kess and Mylo have to say? Oh, Mylo messaged me personally and said he was excited. But in our group message, he just responded with an affirmation. And Kess? They haven't responded yet. Ah, that tracks. I'm sure they're not thrilled about me imposing on their role as Rune's assistant. It's not like I'm really his assistant, though, am I? I think I'm just a glorified intern at best and a normal intern at worst. So, Rune, what are we doing today anyways? You said you didn't have to give out any assignments today, so do you already have an assignment? Do I already have an assignment? Yes. But also no. I'm going to go fix some water valves that have been leaking near the arboretum floors. After that, I might fix some lights in one of the cafeterias. Then maybe check on a door panel service request. But I'm not so sure you can go to those. They are all pretty far and you need to be around a lot of carrying. I think I can find something for you to do, though. I can't come with you? Well, when I say a lot of carrying, I mean that there could be, well, hundreds of them. Seriously? Well, in the cafeteria and the arboretum, for sure. Those are some of the most visited spaces on the station. When we get to my office, I'm sure we can find something for you, though. Oh, poor Rune. Damn, maybe he's right. I'd ask if he could do something else today, but I feel like I've already been such a weight on his schedule for so long that I'd feel terrible asking for more. I'm unsure if he wants me to figure something out for myself, though. Or if his answer is just going to be sticking me in his office all day. Maybe I could just follow him despite what he says. With my new key, I'm pretty sure I could. I'll keep it in mind if I need to. And this is how we die, because we are a little shit. Once we're at the main hold for maintenance, we head right into Rune's office. Still as dirty as ever, we approach the main desk only for the door to slam behind us. Hi! How are you? I think we're twinning. Hi, Cass. So, I think we're twinning. Maybe if we're going to be twins, you could be less of a bitch. That would be greatly appreciated. If you could not be a bitch. Yay! With a startled yelp, we turn around only to be stared down by harsh pink eyes and an anchoring snarl. Rune, do you mind telling me what the fuck is going on? Yes, why haven't you responded to my messages? I've been worried about you, and care to explain to me why I woke up this morning with a message from the captain of this void damn station telling that this thing is a new fucking assistant? She didn't mean it like that, Kess. It's just a formality. I didn't have any say in the matter. I promise. Their eyes squint to a slit, flitting back and forth between the two of us. Kess, I'd never do that to you. Don't you know that? Their eyes twitch and they look like they want to respond before they quickly turn heel and storm out the door. Yeah, just a little. Slamming it again on the way out for good measure. Although we could have handled that in a better way. He could have handled that in a better way. Like, yes. He has some justification. Yeah. He has some justification for my fucking remote. I gotta be careful with this fucking chair. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, he has every reason to be upset. Because a fucking alien, took his job. However, he could have handled it better. I think it's a similar situation with, like, you know, you're talking to someone and you say, fuck you, thank you, and then fuck you. I think the thank you and one of the fuck yous sort of cancel each other out. Oh, that's fine. I prefer Merowyn. Their eyes twitch and they look like they... Yeah, I already read that. Without even a moment to process what had happened, Rune runs out of the room after them. Am I supposed to follow after him, or... No, probably not. I doubt that my presence would make that situation any better. But damn, I feel like I saw that coming. And somehow worse than I imagined. I hope Kess isn't actually mad. Or if they are, I hope they're mad at me, not Rune. I know they mean a lot to him. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, we share in Rune. I would actually like to request to add a character to that. Drayden from Undefeated. I would like to request to add him to the contract. I know they mean a lot to him. Feeling painfully idle, I succumb to the idea of cleaning up the scraps that litter the floor. But seeing as there's no trash can, I end up just making a new pile in one of the corners. With no goal and little inspiration, I saddle up to a desk and wait. After playing with what looks like some... Thank you. Much appreciated. After playing with what looks like some kind of little motor on his desk for a while, the sound of the door opens behind me, and I turn to see a somehow even more exhausted Rune. I know! We got one whole undefeated stream in. We got one in. Hey. Are they okay? Wow, much aggressive. Are you okay? I'm okay. They'll be okay too. Okay, do you need to get to work soon? I think so. Redline's still on the floor. I'm sorry I didn't have time to show you anything. Can you show me while we're out today? Tucker, I have to make sure Kess is alright. I'm sorry. Just not today. Oh no, I understand. But, what should I do then? I've already gotten lost down there once before. I'd rather not do it again. No! I know this might be a bit awkward for you, but, I asked if Mylo could look after you today. He could show you some things. Mylo? Did he agree to that? Did Kess agree to that? Mylo did, yeah. He seemed ecstatic about it. And why would Kess need to know? If they seemed protective of each other, I thought maybe... well, I don't know what you mean. But Mylo will be here in a few. He just has to pick up some things from his locker. But I'm sorry for leaving you today. I'll be back before you know it, though, I promise. It's fine, Rune, and if you can, tell Kess I'm sorry. I know I can't do that right now, but if you find the right time, I'll see what I can do. Perfect for holding two hands. He's got two paws. Perfect for holding... I'll message you when I'm done. Oh, wait, that joke doesn't track. Because he's missing an arm. Oh, yeah. Milo's about to drag us in screaming heaven. Oh, no. I'll message you when I'm done. Bye. Yeah, see ya. Rune grabs his satchel, brimming with tools, and heads back out. I can just barely watch from my seat as he descends into the darkened chamber below and is followed out by a looming white figure. Alright, Mylo. Short, likes to scream, sing nice. Are we describing Mylo the Carrain or a cat? But seriously, Mylo, the Pope of the religion for Noche. But seriously, do we want to do all of Rune's update tonight so that way we can finally get Redline off of the floor tomorrow? Short, likes to scream, seem nice. A whole day with him, though? It's probably fine. It's fine. It's fine. I just hope I don't freak him out too much. Another few minutes pass before I hear the sound of machinery whirring to life as the lift reaches the top floor. Oh, hi, Mylo. The door slowly creaks open and I offer a timid wave to the entering carrying. He already looks nervous. Oh, boy. Hey there, Ducker. Rune said that he told you that I'm gonna look after you today. Is that right? I chuckle and give him a small nod. Wow. He also said you could understand us. That's so cool. Can you understand everything we say? Have you always been able to? What about if I whisper how about that? What if I yell what I'm saying? He looks at me with bated breath, waiting for an answer. He looks at me with bated breath, waiting for an answer. Unsure how to respond to all that, I just nod and try not to laugh. Whoa! Well, that's useful. Anyways, come over here. I gotta show you some stuff for today. Shocked with how quickly he internalized all of that, I slowly get down from my stool and head over. Okay, so Rune said you know how to change some switches and use some tools. So I'm going to quickly show you how to replace some filters, which is what we are doing today. Sound good? Hiya. Alright, go for it. His excitement turns to confusion. Right, maybe there's a better way to do this. Looking him in the eyes, I tap the desk once for an affirmative. Is that a yes? I nod my head. Oh, okay. So, 1 for yes and, 2 for no. That sound good. I go to nod but stop myself, instead tapping once more on the desk. He perks up with a smile and fixes his massive glasses. Great! Now let me show you how to do this. He quickly goes over what he's calling the official filter replacement procedure. Seems pretty simple, but I try my best to memorize it. Oh, and don't forget to turn the system off first. There isn't enough energy passing through these to really hurt anyone, but it could still give you a nasty shock.
It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water.
Oh no. I tap out an affirmative and he smiles, packing up what he brought to show me. I notice that throughout all of this, there's been this distance between us. Like he's standing just far enough away to feel safe. I could be imagining it, but I decided not to test it, and give him some space before following him out the door. Mylo is my spirit animal. Once we reach the central hall, he grabs a bag of tools and points towards one of the gaping dark maws they pretend are maintenance tunnels. With a timid nod, he heads in, and I follow into the abyss. Social distancing, oh no. One last thing he didn't tell me about today's work was how damn far away it'd be. I'm pretty sure we must be towards the top of the station now. We've gone up so many service elevators and ladders by now, it's ridiculous. He's afraid of the human cooties. Thank the eye Mylo is here, or I never would have found out where I needed to go. Bye. Happy New Year. Speaking of, he's been suspiciously quiet this whole time, barely even mumbling to himself at all. Although that might just be a Rune thing. I tap on one of the support struts to get his attention. Are you okay back there, alien guy thing? I tap again. Do you need anything? I tap twice. I suddenly see a flaw in our communication, but I refuse to go back to charades. We're close, if that's what you were asking about. I tap once and he slowly turns back around to head forward. It takes a few steps, but he surprises me when he keeps talking. So, how do you like the station so far? Do you like it here, I guess? Sorry, I gotta keep all these questions as yes or no for now. Huh? That's an interesting question. I want to give an answer, but I have to think on it. I guess I do. Maybe now. Not as much as home, not by a long shot, but it's not as awful anymore. When the next support structure passes, I give it a tap that decidedly echoes down the hall. Really? Oh, that's good. I was kind of worried. You look so sad with your ears always down like that. I couldn't tell. My what? He's not facing me to take in my confused expression, but when we pass the next pillar, I give it 2 taps. You're not sad? That's good. I was talking with Kess earlier about how weird it must be for you here. Well, I was talking about how weird it is for us that you're here, really, but it's the same idea. I mean, he's not wrong. We are depressed. It is, right? Weird. I mean, it's weird, yeah? I tap the next pillar. Right. Yeah. What do you want us to do? Rip them off and put them on top? Hang on, I'm actually gonna hydrate now. Kind of. Not really. Why does he look suspicious? Like he's suspicious of us. Yeah. I don't think Kess liked talking about it. About you, that is. Well, Kess is an asshole, so another tap. I'm sorry. They're not. They can be hard sometimes. Tap. They mean well, for some of us. For Rune and I. They don't really work with the rest of the crew, and I never see them talking to anyone else. They really care in their own way, but they're just... Maybe it was only after the accident that things changed. They seemed so worried. I think Rune is too. Worried, I mean. Tap. I didn't even realize I raised my hand to respond, nor did he expect me to. Mylo looks as though he's about to tear up. I don't think he meant to keep talking, but it seems as though one train of thought led to another. Motionless we stand, basking in the nothingness of thought. Mylo takes off his huge glasses and rubs his eyes with the back of his paw. A small sniffle escapes his nose. I guess whatever happened this morning might have been brewing for a while now. I understand in some way. I think Kess feels like they're losing a friend. Someone important to them. I don't want to be that division. I hope Rune knows that too, or can at least convince them that I'm not worth fighting over. Hey, Mylo pipes up and I see he's righted himself somewhat. You care about Rune, right? Of course I do! The words escape my mouth without thought. They are cutting and confusing, and not only to Mylo, but to myself as well. I dismiss any thoughts and tap the pillar. Good. Then I have a request. I raise an eyebrow, and he seems to understand. We need to look out for him. What? He's constantly overworking himself. He barely gets enough sleep, and he's gone days without stopping. I'm not saying that we have to stop him or anything, but you're close to him. Does he seem okay to you? My hand freezes as it reaches the support structure. I want to quickly tap out an answer and tell myself that, of course Rune is okay. He's an adult and he's very talented. But that's not enough. It's not nearly enough. Maybe Mylo's right. Tap. Maybe he does need help. Tap. I thought so. Please, I'm not asking for much. But if you ever think he needs help, maybe just see if you can. I know that's vague, I'm sorry. Here, I can give you my contact info. If you... Oh! Had a monitor. Oh! Pulling out my modified phone, I turn it on and hand it over to him. What in the void is this? Jeez, I had no idea they gave you your own monitor. That is so cool. Let me just... There! He hands back my phone, and in a heartbeat I can see his eyes that he thinks he's gotten too close again. He tries to casually take a step back, and I try to pretend like I don't notice. I might have put Kessa's contact in there too. I wouldn't suggest using it. But, just in case you can't contact me, I thought you should have it. I'm sorry, they're hard to deal with. I'll talk to them about it. They mean well, I promise. Just maybe not for you. Not yet. What do you mean the tapping? Yeah, that's the tapping. They mean well, I promise, just maybe not for you. Not yet. Jeez, it's hard being the youngest and trying to take care of all these people. I scoff and give an affirmative tap. You too? Yeah. But we gotta, for the ones we care about, right? I don't have to tap, as he's looking right at me and he already knows my answer. Another silence comes over us, but not for long, as Mylo perks up. Well, shit, we haven't even started work today. Ah, well, we're almost there, just another few corridors. Come on now! Tired of falling behind him, I move to walk alongside him. He looks nervous at first, but a small smile quickly forms on his face. I am waiting for him to scream. Flashlight in hand, we head forward into the dark. I am looking forward to his screams. Fortunately, when he said it was close by, he wasn't kidding. Mylo jumps right into working on the first filtration system. He turns off the power for the unit, and opens the hatch, removes the old filter, puts in the new one, and then turns it back on. Doesn't look too hard to do. Okay, do you want to try one? You don't really have to fix any if you don't want to. I think Rune just wanted me to watch you for the day. But I figured maybe if you were interested, you could learn to help out a bit, yeah? It does sound like something Rune would do, especially after that talk earlier. But as long as Mylo's watching, I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out. I tap on the machine as he closes it up, and while I can't see his face, I see his tail wag under his jacket as he walks away. Oh, great, you can try the next one then. Turning a corner, we come to a similar box, and Mylo starts helping me through the steps. Okay, so the power switch is here. He helps me pull the massive lever down. And then you unlatch the box from here and unscrew those 4 screws. Reaching into my satchel, I find something that fits the shape and slowly start taking them out, being sure to collect them all for later. I think Mylo's just impressed I know how to use a screwdriver at all, as he's starting to loom over me with excitement. Trying to pull the filter out, it feels stuck at first until I give it a good tug and get rewarded with a resounding pop. Looking at the new piece, I can see why they needed changing. This one's almost black and I can see the wires fraying on the edges. It's a shame Rune isn't here. I'd love to ask what they're for. Slotting in the new one, I attach all the wires and slowly replace the screws. Mylo leans in to inspect my work. His small eyes even beadier behind the thick glasses. Hey, not bad. Rune must have taught you well. My dad taught me how to use a screwdriver when I was 6. I don't think Rune... I roll my eyes and tap on the top of the box. He seems placated, putting the old filter in his bag and leading us along. After a few marks of walking and finding more spread out boxes, Mylo brings us to an intersection and we break for lunch. While it's not much, Rune was able to snag me something before his early departure this morning. Mylo is much faster than me and moves on to sorting through his gear while I finish up. He's been pretty quiet for a while now. Only really asking if I'm tired or asking if I want to try and fix any more of the filters. I did fix another earlier, but I lost a screw for it and felt terrible. With our silent lunch, I'm realizing I don't actually know much about him. I'd like to, though. I know I want to learn more about the Screaming Boy. Maybe I can ask Rune later. I want to learn more about this Screamy Boy. Coming to a particularly dark hallway, Mylo finds one of the boxes hidden behind some cables and gets to work. This might take a second. Do you mind holding the flashlight for me? Noticing it on the ground, I grab it and try and point it in his direction the best I can. Here's some worrying snapping sounds and a small muttered curse come out from the tangle as Mylo nudges his way out. Ah, damn! I think one of the screws broke off. You want to see if you can take a go at it? Me? What could I do that he can't? Might as well try. Getting under the cables while he holds the light, I can see what he meant. There's a sharp piece of a screw hanging off and half the head is snapped, but not enough to get the rest of it out. Does it look stuck? Damn. Can you try and pull it? I pull on the broken filter, but without getting that last piece out, I don't think it's going to budge. That's not good. We definitely need to get that changed today. Maybe you can try wedging it out with something? Here, use this. A furry mitt hands me another screwdriver and I go to town with the thing. But the screw holds and the filter doesn't budge. It's quite a loud affair, the metal screeching and wailing as I leave untold scratches on the underside of the box. I don't think this is going to work. Did you not hear me? Tap tap. Mylo? Pulling myself out from under the cords, I don't see Mylo standing there. In fact, I can't see much without his flashlight. Mylo! I shout a bit louder this time. No, he just fucking left me, right? Although if he's anything like Rune, it's entirely possible. But his bag is still right there. Maybe he went to get something, but without telling me? It's rude, at least, and definitely ominous. Instinctually, I start tapping my foot and pacing back and forth down the hall. The dim lights flicker on in my presence. It's just barely enough to see by. At least it's not locked behind some door like Rune was. It's not even worth getting upset over. Mylo's a good guy. He wouldn't leave me for nothing. Maybe I can... Ah, fuck. You know what? I'm gonna give a sound to this guy. Oh, not this bullshit again. If there's another pipe that wants to give me a heart attack, it can just break for all I care. There's no way that I'm falling for that again. Turning towards the source of the sound, I see a faint orange light buzzing from around the corner. Ever so steadily getting brighter. I don't think that's a pipe. Slowly walking towards the sound, I hear its thrum like a heartbeat. The faint light isn't getting any closer now. It must have stopped, whatever it is. I wait at the corner. Oh my god, thank you for the follow! Thank you for the follow, oh my god, thank you! Hiya! I wait at the corner, unable to decide whether or not this is a good idea. It's decidedly not, yet I still don't walk away. It could just be some poor carrying trying to work. And I know the last thing I would want to see if I were them was my poor mug staring at them. Fucking Attack on Titan. The thrumming seems to echo down the hall, further now, as the light recedes. Deciding my time is running out, I quickly glance out and see something slip behind another corner. The light now dancing on the pipes and glistening water condensed on the walls. A sickly faint orange color, not too bright or warm. Steeling myself for another pass, I step out and follow behind it. It seems to have stopped again. Maybe it's looking for something. Is it Mylo? I think of shouting again, but I realize I'd probably just scare them away. The floors here make very little sound as I sneak over and press myself up against the wall. Okay, just one peek, and if it's a carrion, I just head back. What could it be besides a carrion? I'm just stalking some poor worker, aren't I? I just hit my pop filter. Well, only one way to find out. Slowly peeking out, I grab onto a pipe and, forgetting my earlier observation, slip right off the condensation. Shit! I barely catch myself on the cold metal floor. It hurts like hell and I banged my shin pretty bad on the way down. Ah, god damn it. Forcing my eyes up, I see... Oh, hi, bitch. I scramble backwards, stunned by whatever the hell this thing is. Is this... My mind goes back to last night, and I wonder if it's the same light I saw. Hello? I prop myself up against the wall, being sure to compensate for the moisture this time as the pain slowly dulls. The thing in front of me doesn't move. Instead, it just floats gently, the thrumming noise now clearly coming from whatever it is. Tiramisu? Can you understand me? I give it a short wave and it floats a few inches closer. I almost stumble back again, but manage to catch myself. Damn it, I forgot to ask Rune about these. They must be like cleaning drones or something. Maybe they scan for broken equipment? That must seem like what it was doing. Leaning back and forth, it slowly moves to face me head on. Maybe I should show it my keycard? Why would the cleaning robot need to see that? Ugh, I shouldn't have bothered it. Mylo could be back by now looking for me. Turning to leave, I see the tube, or whatever it is starting to float behind me. No, you gotta get back to, what you were doing. I swear, it cocks its head at me, as if it can just barely understand what I'm saying, but doesn't fully grasp it. I wonder why Rune never brought these things up. Leaning in, I can see that it turns to face me, so it clearly has some kind of recognition. I point back down the hallway I found it in. You should go that way and get back to work, okay? It follows my hand down the hallway and then turns back to me. Is it gonna do something? Well, if it follows me, I guess it follows me. Mylo will probably know what to do with it. Turning around, I hobble back towards the hallway where Mylo left me. I can see around my feet a faint orange glow slowly keeping pace with behind me. Getting closer to the corner, I see another light, this one more natural and familiar. Oh no, oh no, oh no! Ah shit, Mylo must have got back before I did. Making my way back, I call out to him before I got too close. Mylo, over here! He quickly snaps the flashlight right to my eyes, stunning me for a second. Ah! Damn it! He lowers it and I hobble over the rest of the way.
Tucker! Where did you go? I was so worried when I left and I thought I told you to stay here and then you were gone and I was only gone for a minute or two and then you weren't here and
Mylo, calm down. Ah, there's the screaming. Where did you go anyways? There's no comprehension besides fear behind his eyes. What could he... Fuck, right, I just shrug and point to the new tool I see him carrying. I got the tool I said I was going to get! Yes or no questions, right. Did you leave while I was gone? Why? Shit! Wait. I'm sorry, maybe you can tell Rune if something happened. I could ask Rune to translate, or wait, I could just show him! Turning around to show off the companion I found, I look down the hallway behind me and see only my shadow cast from Mylo's flashlight. Wait, what wasn't right behind me? I crane my neck, but it's nowhere to be seen. I guess I'll go back to work then. That's for the best, I don't need it following me around all day. Mylo looks confused again, but I just shrug and he chuckles to himself. Well, I'm glad you're okay. I'd hate for you to get lost again, but, wanna try and see if this will work? I nod and try to get back under the box to fix it, only to forget about my recent injury and crumple as I bend over, letting out a strained hiss. Are you okay? Oh, no, did you get hurt? Okay, oh jeez. Can you show me where? Are you going to be okay? I can run and get, oh no, who am I supposed to contact again? I sit down with my back against the wall and roll up my new pants, just enough to see the spot on my shin. As Mylo shines a light on it, I see a pretty nasty bruise has already formed. Doesn't feel like I fractured anything, but it still stings pretty bad. Mylo, on the other hand, would look pale if he wasn't covered in fur. Oh no! Let me go, Rune! He can get here! We can fix this! Oh no! He goes to reach for his monitor. A worn-down looking device with what looks like charms hanging off of it. And fumbles trying to pull up the right screen. I reach over and gently pull his paw away. But you're hurt! I have to tell Rune! Are you sure? Doesn't it hurt? Do you want me to look at it? He nervously eyes up his monitor before stowing it in one of his many pockets and scooching closer to me. He inspects the wound. The smallest amount of blood seems to have eked its way out from the hit, and I swear he almost faints. Suddenly then, as if struck by lightning, he perks up, pulls over his bag, and starts digging into it. Far more than tools come out as I see an extra shirt, a bottle, and what looks like some kind of game controller. What? 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 Mylo is my spirit animal. He is my spirit animal. With a jolt, he turns back to me holding out a small roll of what I assume is gauze or at least tape. This might help. I nod to him and he gulps. I think he was hoping I was going to apply it myself. While not towering over me as much as the other carrying, he's still far larger than me. Closing the distance, he gently reaches out and begins to wrap my leg with the material. Feels more like tape than gauze, but I think that it will help. I can tell Mylo's trying to keep his eyes away as I watch him work. But when he finishes, he manages to look up with a small smile. I hope this helps. I'd hate to return you to Rune worse off than I found you. I try to get up to test my leg again, but I still feel a bit off-centered and almost fall back. Not for a paw catching me and helping me upright. Whoa! Let's not have you falling again, right? Feeling much better now, I respond with a gentle tap on his back. And I think he understands it just fine. Well, let me see if I can get this filter fixed. You just take a break for now, okay? He works his way under the box, and after a lot of scraping and vicious snapping sounds, he throws half the filter away, followed by the other half. Can you hand me the replacement, Tucker? Handing it over, he soon gets the job done and worms his way out from under there. Well, that was a hard one, huh? And it's only the 20th mark. Let's take a break, yeah? I just laugh and he cleans up. We're gonna stop a bit for the ads. Wanna break from the ads? Looking back. A few marks later, and somehow I still feel like we haven't made a dent in our task. Mylo just keeps leading us from broken filter to broken filter with no real change in anything. I assumed this was all going to get fixed in one day. Maybe I was wrong for thinking that. I think Mylo is slowing down too. Hear a soft buzzing and he pulls up his monitor. He sluggishly responds before turning to me. Hey, Rune's done for the day if you want to head back. We're pretty close now. Done for the day or done dealing with Kess? Either way, I think I'm about ready to be out of these tunnels. I nod and we head towards the closest exit. Getting inside one of the elevators, Mylo takes out his monitor again, flicks through some messages and sighs. Taking off his glasses, his beady eyes squint to read something. Halfway through, I think he gives up and puts his phone away, rubbing his brow. Hey, Tucker? Thanks for the help today. I tilt my head and give him a confused look. I heard what he said, but the way he said it makes me feel like maybe he's apologizing. He picks up on my inquisitorial stare. During break, I read over what the captain sent us again. I'm sure it's not everything, but, you know. Sorry, I don't really know how to say, sorry you're trapped in space with us and not make it not sound weird. But, I'm sorry you're here. Damn, I don't think that sounded right either. Well, I'm glad you're here. My confused expression barely changes as he tries to elaborate. I mean, who doesn't want to meet aliens, right? I just never thought I'd be the alien. And, I know Rune is glad you're here, too. Kess isn't. I'll tell you that now. But they will be, I'm sure. I'm gonna go try and smooth things out with them later. Maybe I can... A new buzzing sound comes from his pocket and he reaches in to check. Here they are now. Rune probably just told them I was with you all day. I'm not going to answer this. He stows the monitor and stares off into the lights above. I'm rambling. I do that if no one stops me. It's a bit hard when Rune never stops me and Kess likes to zone out when I do. It kind of just leaves me talking to myself. Will you talk with me? When you can. The tired carrion looks away from the ceiling and turns to me, only a wavering smile on his muzzle. Baby girl, I will talk to you all day. I will talk to you all day, baby girl. You need a Mylo talking simulator. Can we get that? I open my mouth before remembering our tap system, the elevator doors awkwardly evading my extended arm. My talking Mylo. Oh no. We've arrived back at the maintenance hub, and not a moment too soon. I can see a light on in Rune's office and some other workers meandering about on the lower floors. Not forgetting my companion, though, I turn to reply to Mylo, only to not see him in the elevator anymore. Looking around the floor, I see he's made his way over to the lift and is getting ready to head down. Hey, wait! He looks up and stops before closing the gate. I will, I promise. I'll take that as a yes, thanks. Try messaging me sometime, yeah? Oh, right. I pull out my own monitor and send him a quick message to test it. I'll be sure to. Heh. Wait. This isn't Corraine. Huh? Of course it's a... Oh, wait. I sent him another text. Wait, really? Yeah, they are. Can you... Oh. So, does that mean... In silence, we stare at each other, confounded by our own ineptitude. Of course it translates my messages into Corraine. Why didn't I think of that earlier? Well, maybe next time we can actually have a conversation then, huh? I roll my eyes and tap once on the railing. Ha! Well, I'll see you around, Tucker. And remember what I said about Rune. I will. With that, the button is pressed and the lift slowly sinks into the mire of the hub. Taking one last view for myself, I head into Rune's office to find the tardy director. Hey Rune, you in here? The light's on, but there's no response. Moving in, I head around the back of the main desk and see him working on something under a magnifying lens. Not wanting to shock him, I opt to watch instead. Despite the mess, he has his tools all set out and seems to know where all the parts are. Sparks fly as he assembles the small device. It's mesmerizing, kind of feels like watching a video tutorial for something I'm clueless about. But it's fun to watch all the same. Not wanting to scare him, I decide to try and send him a message instead. See if that shakes him out of it a bit more gently this time. Let's go with, hey, don't freak out, but I'm sitting right next to you. That might be a bit spooky, but it's probably better than me tugging on his jacket again. It doesn't take long for him to stop working and pull up his monitor. I take a precautionary step back just in case. He turns and... Oh, I didn't hear you come in, Tucker. How was working with Mylo? He seems to be doing well after this morning. I wonder what happened. It was good. He's great. Taught me how to change up filters or something. Spent all day doing that pretty much. How are you, bud? I'm good. I was just finishing up something for the day, if you don't mind. You can pull a seat over. It shouldn't take too long. Taking him up on his advice, I clear some space for myself and lean next to him as he continues working. What are you building? Not building, fixing. I got an order that this sensor wasn't working right, so I'm trying to see what's wrong. It seems fine to me, but I'm just going to replace some of the parts anyway. He keeps soldering away as the decaying sparks bounce off his dense fur. I'd be worried about a fire, but he doesn't seem to mind. Oh, Rune, I've been meaning to ask. Do you guys have cleaning robots or, like, surveillance robots around here? Oh, why do you ask? I think I saw one when I was out working with Mylo today. It seemed pretty cool. Really? I'm glad. We do, yeah, but not a lot. We found that they kind of get lost and just turn off down in the tunnels, so we don't use that many. I don't have any here. I'd show you how they work, sorry. Oh, it's okay. I just wanted to check. He nods and inspects his progress under the light. This is good enough. It should be on the way. Want to get out of here? Yeah, I'm beat. With a shaky nod, Rune leads us back into the tunnels and out of the light. We quickly stop to return the sensor before heading back to our room for the night. He still hasn't really told me about his day. Or how Kess is. But I guess I haven't asked either. I don't know how touchy a subject it is to bring up. I can't imagine it's that bad. Like, they have to know I'm not intentionally stepping on anyone's toes or paws here, right? Maybe it's different, but I still think I should ask. Rune seems to have settled down for the day too, as he pulls some new junk out of his pocket and inspects it at his desk. I'm not sure how this is any different than what he was doing at work, but I'll just assume it is. What you got there, bud? Oh, some parts. I've been thinking of making something for a bit. It's been a while. Oh? Like what? I don't think you've shown me anything you've made yet, unless I just haven't realized it. No, I don't usually keep them. I like to give them away, or end up scrapping them and making something else. Or I lose them. But that doesn't happen that often. It's just hard to tell what I need to make sometimes. Need to make? What do you mean by that? When I see the parts I have available, sometimes they tell me what I should make. Sometimes it's out of necessity, but sometimes it's just a calling. Or something like that. I don't know. Are these parts telling you anything? Yeah, they're saying, you need more parts. I need to go through my office a bit more first. I was thinking I could make something for, for Kess. He doesn't know, but I feel like I know the answer. How are they, anyway? Mad, I think. But they'll be fine. I think they just need to be mad for a while before they get better. And they have a few days before we really need to reconvene for work, so they have time. Do you think that'll work for them? I know I'm guilty of isolating and trying to be alone when I'm mad, too. It doesn't always work. I don't think they'll really be alone, just taking some time to think. Oh, do you think Mylo will help them? He seems really nice. He will and he is. I'm glad you got to spend some time with him. I'm sorry I couldn't be there, but I think getting to know him will be good for you. He's one of my best friends. He's got a good head on his shoulders, yeah. And, oh, look. He gave me his number. I can talk to him whenever now. Rune looks impressed as I show him my monitor with the new contacts added. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. He's always around. So I'm sure he'd be happy to say hi if you need someone to talk to. Not that you can't talk to me. You can always do that, of course. Thank you, Rune. He wipes some oil off on his tank top and heads into the bathroom to get cleaned up for the night. Looking at what he's arranged on his desk, it's nothing more than a few rogue circuit boards and some motors. I hope he can find something more interesting in his office. If not for his own sake, then Kess's. Actually, since I brought it up, though, I wonder if Mylo does know anything about how Kess is doing. Hey, Mylo, it's me. Do you know how Kess is doing? No, but a few seconds later, a message arrives. Message gets... Oh, hi! I hope the rest of your day was good. Kess is still upset. Might be a few days, to be honest. Sorry to hear. How can you tell? We're roommates! And they were roommates. They won't shut the fuck up about it. They'll be fine. Just like this sometimes. Oh my god, they were roommates. Oh. Sorry. Not your fault. Remember what I said. Gotta go. Bye! Not expecting another message, I turn my phone over and lay back on my bed. I do hope he's right. I hope they all are. Oh, that'd be... Don't know why, but that'd be funny. Lights have been out for at least 5 minutes now, but I can tell he's not asleep. It's not like I am either. At this point, I think we're both just waiting for someone to break the silence. I've already asked if he feels okay, and I don't want to overwhelm him by just asking again and again. Could ask about work, but I think that was probably overshadowed by dealing with Kess. Kess on his 69th rant while Mylo is just vibing. No, like, Kess is on their 100th rant, while Mylo is just casually vibing and he's just screaming. I think that was probably overshadowed by dealing with Kess. Maybe I should ask about tomorrow. I assume we're going to do the same thing, except maybe I can work with him instead. Why else would... Hey, Tucker? Yeah? Can humans swim? Yeah? Why? No reason. I wait for a good minute or two, and yet not another word escapes from that side of the room. I didn't think I'd have to worry about drowning in space, but I guess I'll just add that to my list of horrible ways to die here. Day 13. Okay, do we want to stop? This is a serious question. Do we want to stop here or keep going? My mind is fried and my eyes hurt. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to stop. We're going to leave off here for tonight. Yeah. That said, I'm still going to be up for a couple more hours. At this point, I'm always awake. I'm always awake at this point. Oh, hiya. Welcome. Hiya. My brain, I'm tired. But I'm still going to be up for a couple more hours because my sleep schedule is absolute shit. Oh, what am I talking about? I don't have a sleep schedule. Anyways, stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow. I'm sorry, I think you did.